Hey there, internet denizens! Tonight, we're diving into the murky world of passive income apps, specifically one that promises to turn your unused internet bandwidth into sweet, sweet cash. It's called Honeygain, and it might sound too good to be true. You're basically renting out a tiny portion of your internet connection. Companies then use this to access the internet, kind of like using a VPN but on a much larger scale. But hold your horses before you start dreaming of a life of leisure funded by your idle Wi-Fi. We need to answer a crucial question: is Honeygain safe? Now you might be thinking, John, why should I care about a few megabytes of unused data? Well, my friend, in this digital age, data is the new oil. It's valuable, and just like oil, it can be messy if it falls into the wrong hands. So, join me as we dissect Honeygain's practices, weigh the potential benefits against the risks, and ultimately determine if it's a safe and legitimate way to make a little dough on the side, or a risky proposition best avoided. Buckle up, Buttercup, it's gonna be a wild ride. Alright, let's break down how this whole Honeygain thing actually works. Imagine your internet connection as a pipe with a certain capacity. You're only using a fraction of it most of the time. Honeygain acts like a middleman, renting out that unused capacity to businesses. These businesses might use it for various purposes like market research, SEO optimization, or even accessing geo-restricted content. Here's the deal. Once you install the Honeygain app and create an account, it starts sharing your unused bandwidth. You earn credits based on the amount of data shared, which you can later convert into cash or gift cards. Sounds simple enough, right? But here's where things get a little murky. Honeygain claims they only work with trusted partners and that your data is anonymized. However, the question remains, how much can we trust these claims? Now let's talk about the big, hairy, privacy-shaped elephant in the room. Whenever an app asks to use your internet connection, alarm bells should be ringing in your head. And rightfully so. We live in a world where data breaches are becoming as common as celebrity apologies. The main concern with Honeygain, like any service involving your internet traffic, is privacy. Honeygain claims they don't collect or sell your personal information and that your data is encrypted. But how much of your data is actually being accessed? Honeygain insists they only access the bare minimum required for their service to function. But the lack of transparency about their trusted partners raises eyebrows. They say these partners are vetted, but the criteria for vetting remain unclear. Section 4. Is your data really safe with Honeygain? To be fair, Honeygain does offer some security measures. They use encryption to protect your data while in transit. Plus, you can choose to enable the content delivery feature, which supposedly only uses your connection to cache content, minimizing potential risks. However, the question remains, is it enough? Even with encryption, the possibility of data leaks or breaches can't be entirely ruled out. And let's be honest, the internet is littered with the digital corpses of companies that promised unbreakable security only to be proven wrong. The bottom line is this: using Honeygain involves an inherent level of trust. You're trusting them to handle your data responsibly and ethically. Now, whether that trust is warranted is a decision each user has to make for themselves. Section 5, Honeygain versus the competition, a privacy showdown. Honeygain isn't the only player in the bandwidth-sharing game. Several other apps and services offer similar propositions. Some, like PacketStream and iProyal operate similarly to Honeygain. Others, like LoadTeam, focus on utilizing your computer's processing power instead of bandwidth. So, how does Honeygain stack up against the competition in terms of privacy and security? Honestly, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Some services are more transparent about their data handling practices, while others are shrouded in secrecy. It's important to do your research and carefully read the privacy policies of any bandwidth-sharing service before signing up. Look for red flags like vague language, unclear data retention policies, and a lack of transparency about their partners. Section 6. The final verdict: is Honeygain a safe bet? So, after all this, is Honeygain safe? The answer, as with most things in life, is, it's complicated. Honeygain does take some measures to protect your privacy and security, like encryption and supposedly vetted partners. However, the lack of transparency about their data handling practices and the inherent risks associated with sharing your internet connection can't be ignored. If you're considering using Honeygain or any similar service, proceed with caution. Weigh the potential rewards against the risks. Do your research, read reviews, and understand the implications before handing over your precious internet bandwidth. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to trust Honeygain is yours and yours alone. Just remember, in the wild west of the internet, it pays to be